Today we're making a Korean vegetable pancake. I make these for breakfast, lunch, dinner, it doesn't matter. My dad loves them, my husband loves them. It even has a little sauce, a dipping sauce if you want to use something to dip them in. But they are absolutely delicious and full of flavor, full of nutrients, full of vegetables, real vegetables, right? So today I'm going to be using cabbage, sweet potatoes, carrots, red onion. My sister-in-law brought me a whole bag of some chives, so I chopped up big chunks of chives, and I even sliced up a mushroom and put it in there. So whatever vegetables you have, this recipe will work. As a matter of fact, the recipe is going to be on your own because you put in your vegetables. I'm going to tell you about the batter that goes on top of it. Put them all together and fry them up in a pan. You can use as little or as much oil as you have. As long as your pan is non-stick, you should be good as gold. Let's get to cooking.
So let's start with our mushroom. I would suggest you use any kind of mushroom that you like. Cremini, white button mushrooms, portobello mushrooms, whatever you have on hand, and you can slice them to whatever size you'd like. Some of these recipes that I've seen will lay them on the bottom of the pan so that it's almost like a design. It's really, really beautiful. I've also used sweet potatoes. I would suggest you cut the bottom so they're flat and then slice them very thin, because you're going to see that we're going to stack them up and then we're going to slice them in matchsticks, and that way they cook evenly and they cook fast. Okay, again, this is really like a quick pancake thing, so it's not going to be in the pan very long and we're not deep frying, so you just want something very, very quick. The next thing we're going to chop up is our red onion. And honestly, I don't want them chunky, but I do like them sliced. So we're going to have these nice slices in here, and then I just sort of take them apart with my fingers and spread them out. Look at these beautiful chives. That's my sister-in-law brought over, and I want them nice and chunky. Sometimes you'll find recipes that just have the chives or chive pancakes, and I think I'm going to try that sometime. And then the thing that I have the most in there actually is cabbage. And you just want to slice it really thin, chop it up, and then throw that in the pan. It's a cruciferous vegetable. I try to get cabbage or broccoli or cauliflower every day. Throw them all in the pan and mix. Look at the colors in this mix. The more colors, the more nutrients, the more antioxidants, and I just get excited every time I make this. So let's work on the batter, which is just going to be poured right over it. So we are looking at equal amounts of flour and water. And so I have 3/4 cup of flour in here. I have some paprika. I have some salt to season it up. Some people will put a baking powder in there or baking soda. I don't necessarily want it to fluff up at all. But you just mix it up so that all of your dry ingredients are mixed well, and then you add your water and mix the water so that the dry ingredients mix with the wet ingredient. The consistency should be kind of like a pancake. That's why they're called pancakes. But you can use plain flour. You can use probably gluten-free flour. I've not tried it. But you can also use chickpea flour for all of you gluten-free folks. And just pour that batter right over top of your vegetables and mix. You want to make sure that every piece and morsel of this mixture gets in contact with this batter. That way it will cook well on the outside and get nice and crispy, and it will also cook on the inside, okay? Again, we're not deep frying this. We're just gonna make it nice and big and flat so that all things can be cooked hopefully at the same time. And you're gonna see that it'll cook the vegetables, but it'll also give you a nice little crisp on the top. This is my favorite. I think I'm gonna make this again tonight. All right, so put this in a hot pan with some oil on the bottom. I strongly encourage you to have a really good pan because it will stick, okay? It will stick on you, and then you're gonna have to chunk it off the bottom, and that's gonna upset you. But this is my new caraway pan, and I really love it. I probably should have made it a little flatter, but I just want to see if it was going to work. And look at her sliding around like that, y'all. Oh my gosh, it is so good. Look at that, it gets brown on the bottom. You can make it even thinner if you'd like. But I kept a little height on this one, okay? So you're probably going to cook it for about 4 minutes or so on one side, and then you flip it over, and look at her. That was so good. See that little crispiness on the top there? I'm sure if you want to put more oil in, you can get even more of a crust on, but I really did not want a lot of oil, so I just put enough to crisp her up a little bit on the bottom and so that it would not stick, okay? This is a wonderful recipe. I hope you like it. Customize it to the way you like to eat your vegetables and your pancakes and enjoy. See you in the next video.